How's it going, everybody? This is Carlos, one of your hosts of the Just Fans podcast, and I'm joined here with Tanner today. Tanner's our Chiefs correspondent. He is part of the Just Fans family. He's out there in Chiefs territory. Tanner, say hi to the folks out there, please.
What's up, everybody? Happy Monday.
You're so white. No, man. So Rios is making his way in. Now this is our friend Tanner. Tanner, tell the folks what is your your page and what do you do, bud?
Yeah, man. I do a few things here. I work with a few people. So, main spots you can find me is the Rec Room Sports Hub there with Jay and Witt and that crew. We do a Lock It In, which is our sports betting segment on the weekends, our sports betting show. So, but you can find me on that channel, and then also on Basement Bridge Sports, where I do edit for Mikey at times. Right now, we've kind of gone through a rebranding, formerly known as Basement Brood Fancy Football. But I help edit videos, kind of co-produce and co-host. Show that we're about to start beginning again as we get closer to draft time here. And other than that, the Sports Buffoons is out there and some other shows. You catch me on the Botkins show on the as well on Thursday nights on Fall Start Thursdays. So with Sammy and Scott and Nick. So kind of all over the place.
Viewers know Sam very well. He's a Tennessee.
No, I'm sure they do.
They always ask him about the colors. I love it. It's hilarious because it pisses off Sam so much. He's like, why do I do this to myself? Yeah, exactly.
I haven't had a chance to catch up with them since they changed the logo. So
yeah, they changed the logo. He's all proud of it too. Like, yeah, these are our colors. I'm like,
unreal. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
can't believe it.
Exactly. So the Texans and the Chiefs had a little bit of a busy day today. Texans, they were wheeling and dealing today. Breaking news for the Texans: they acquired running back David Montgomery from Detroit. And there was rumors out there that he was not too happy because he wasn't getting the snaps that he wanted. So I guess they started exploring options, and the Texans got him, and they sent over one of the offensive linemen, Juice Scruggs, and a 2026 4th-round pick and a 2027 7th-round pick to Detroit. And then the Texans also traded Titus Howard earlier today. They traded to the Cleveland Browns for a 2026 5th-round pick, and then immediately Howard just signed a 3-year extension with Cleveland. At the end of the day, that one was kind of weird for me, just because Howard was one of those versatile guys that could just go in just about anywhere on the line,
back and forth.
He was bounce back and forth. So I know some people were kind of doubting it. Juice Scruggs, and we're gonna get Rios' opinion when he comes in. Juice Scruggs, to me, I felt like that was kind of a bust. The Texans drafted him, and then it's just you were hoping for something out of him in the O-line, and as you can see, the O-line was like we say, holding on with duct tape and prayers this past season. So it wasn't effective at all whatsoever. It really wasn't. And so let's do the intro real quick, and we'll dive deeper into it. So, which is funny because our intro has Juice Scruggs in it, by the way. I'm going to look out for number 70, Juice Scruggs, and I think he's with Rios on there. So hit it.
Ride through Houston, Texas, flexing, rolling through the SWAT. Repping for the city, hear him in the parking lot. Houston written across the jersey, ain't gonna never stop. Just Fans got me tuning in, waiting for the drop. Astros, Texas, Rockets, Dynamo, they coming with it. When they pull up, got the city sitting on a fitted. Straight up A-Leaf, hold it down, ain't gonna never quit it. Just Fans got me tuning in, let my dogs get it. Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans.
All right, if you happen to see Rios there with number 70, he's right there. So that's Juice Scruggs. Sorry, my wife is amazing and did some cooking real quick.
Oh, there you go.
Delicious, honey.
Even better.
I love it. Seriously. No, I'm live with everybody, so I'm being serious. She's like, "Oh, you're live." Hey, there you go. She did. She's amazing. She's amazing.
I love it.
So
it's funny. I was looking at that intro, and I love that you have incorporated your AI co-host into all the intro stuff and act like he's there all the time. I love it.
Oh, here we go. We got our great buddy Brandon, who He's gonna troll a lot, and I love it. It says, "Remember the episode when I said Devontae Sweat would get traded by Salah when the Titans guest was here?" He did. He called it, dude. Well, 2 weeks
I
later,
think I remember
he's
saw a comment on that. Yeah.
Rios,
I'd
what up,
say it
bro?
was,
Hello, guys.
what
All
up,
right,
dude?
man. What's going on, Rios? How you doing today?
Man, I got stuck behind the damn tree. You've been to my house before. You know how that train, it'll sometimes stop all of a sudden. I have to go all the way around. I'm like, man,
Rios lives out in the country. And there's barely any internet. Look, that's why his screen is so blurry. Out here in the city, though, where we got all that great Wi-Fi. I know what I mean. That train, when I've been to your house a few times, it's a mess.
I was
So hey,
just
we're talking about
complimenting Carlos, Rios, that I was just complimenting Carlos on that intro that you guys incorporated your AI co-host into all the intro and everything else like that. I think it's really cool that you guys do that.
He hasn't been here in a while. I think he's been not reliable right now because I guess the AI bots are down or whatever it is. Elon Musk hasn't really done the upgrade on them yet. So
they're running out of money, man. They're running out of money already on the data centers. You can't keep it up. I understand.
Exactly.
I get it.
You gotta keep the water supply going. You gotta cut down some. We figured he was the weakest one out of all of us, so we had to cut him. No, I'm just kidding.
we said that Japan is a rescue punch.
Yeah, right.
But he got stuck in the enclosure, so now we don't have a host.
Now, for those of you wondering, that's our other co-host Poppy, who's he's just been busy with work, man. And so we'll see him eventually soon. All right, so back to it. Again, we were talking about David Montgomery was acquired by the Texans in exchange for Drew Scruggs, a 2026 4th-round pick and a 2027 7th-round pick to Detroit. Then the Texans also traded Titus Howard earlier today to the Cleveland Browns for a 2026 5th-round pick, and then again Howard signed a 3-year deal with Cleveland. And now it's basically a roster reset as far as that goes. Now, obviously, with the acquisition of David Montgomery, you obviously expect David Mixon to be cut, and Nick Chubb as well. And so it feels like it's going to be David Montgomery and second year backup Woody Marks right behind him.
Oh, that's the other guy. David Mixon's the other guy. He's the guy that's going to get cut. Joey Mixon's going to stick around.
Joe Mixon, right? Did I say the name correctly?
Yeah, David Mixon.
Joe Mixon. I'm over here reading my notes, and I wrote Joe Mixon is basically going to be released. Nick Chubb hitting the free agency, and David Montgomery is basically going to lead the backfield along with Woody Marks. Rios, your thoughts on that, bro?
I like the signing. I think an area they struggled in last year. Well, I mean, they struggled in a lot of areas, but one of the main ones was short yardage situations because they didn't really have a power back. Nick Chubb is, operating on 85-year-old knees, so there's only so much he can do.
Yeah.
That and also in the red zone, David Montgomery by himself has scored more touchdowns than the Texans running backs combined the last several seasons. So I think that's going to be a big improvement as far as improving that red zone offense because they were bottom of the league for obvious reasons in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a consistent rushing attack and not much of a power back or a guy that has a nose for the end zone. And David Montgomery has all those capabilities.
Yeah. I agree. So as you saw here, Brandon Hallam is a great friend of our show. He says, "Tell Tanner we don't want Juwan." It's like no one needs an O-line that bad. And then he put David Montgomery, Mike Washington, Woody Marks in the HP room, and I would be happy. I agree.
Oh, we can get him. Chef's kiss, man. They can pull that off. I don't see Washington lasting too long though. He had like what, a 40 or something like that.
Right. So at this point, seeing that David Montgomery was acquired by the Texans, I think it's just the sole focus on immediate at O-line. That doesn't change the first pick by the Texans. O-line solidify, and then obviously be aggressive in the free agency as well, getting some more guys. I mean, Titus Howard's gone. I felt a little bit uneasy on that one just because he's so versatile around the O-line, but I understand it at the same time. Well,
because with him gone, because that's a huge chunk of space that you're able to save and rebuild the rest of the offensive line. And from what I read from Aaron Wilson, he used to work for the Chronicle. Like they're going to be very aggressive in free agency when it comes to in the offensive line, free agency and the draft. So I think probably the first 2 draft picks are going to be offensive linemen, just depending on who they pick up in free agency.
And that's the thing; is just clearing the cap to get as much things. So I agree with that. I think they are going to go full on. They're going to be as aggressive as possible in the free agency, and then obviously going to use some draft picks as well, just to solidify that offensive line, which is what they should have done, right? You got it. That's honestly, and like I said, and we can talk about
That's what you guys tried a couple of years ago, man.
Right.
When
Right.
you got on Guy Tunsil.
Yeah. But I will admit, with the Tunsil thing, that was a Bill O'Brien just let's get this guy, and then we gave up a
Bill
bunch.
O'Brien is the worst general manager in the history of general managers.
Yeah.
This man traded the all-pro wide receiver for a half-eaten sandwich and the spirit of David Johnson and the David Johnson 2016 highlight tape.
Oh
Listen,
gosh!
The only thing that's left from Bill O'Brien is Kaimi Fairbairn. That's the best thing. That's the legacy of Bill O'Brien, Kaimi Fairbairn.
That's it. That's the only good thing he did.
All right, so now what do you say? Oh, it says, since there's a Chiefs fan here, remember after the Chiefs playoff game when we said we should fire the entire O-line? Well,
Well, I've been hearing a lot of stuff that they
About-
might go after Trent Williams, and if they can get him as to shore up the offensive, shore up the left tackle and move Ursary to right tackle, man, that's going to be a scary line.
yeah, agreed. So really quick, Tanner, since you're here, let's talk about y'all's. So the Texans obviously did all this just for cap because they were like really bad on the cap. Let's talk about you guys. The salary cap squeeze for you. You guys are also making some aggressive moves to find some breathing room as well. After missing the playoffs for like the first time in a decade.
Since was it 14? I think it was, or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
And so now Jawan Taylor was released. Tell me about that. How does as a person that covers the Chiefs, how did you feel when you saw that Jawan Taylor was released?
He threw something
kind of right. Well, it's kind of mixed results, right? You kind of look what you got. Like it does save us in cap, right? 20 mil. You get rid of the false start penalties that when you don't.
We
line
know
up
nothing
correctly.
about those.
Never know it. No, you don't line up you gotta line them correctly. You know what I mean? So,
the spirit of
right. It's funny. I was actually reading on X earlier when I had some time, and there was a guy on there that says, "I will die on this hill that Jawan Taylor is being the scapegoat for Chris Collinsworth calling out the offensive line, like being lined up correctly during that first game like a couple years ago, and it's never left him." So I thought it was pretty funny on that. But no, like Jawan Taylor, he was very serviceable. And if you look at that compared to what Jalen Moore has done, which is our guy we signed from the Niners last year as a backup, ended up being a backup. Jawan Taylor has actually been really effective as a right tackle. So it's kind of that mixed bag, right? You had somebody you didn't really, the only time you were complaining about was majority of the time when he just, cost you yards.
Right.
But for the most part of that, he kept Patrick Mahomes upright. He kept Patrick Mahomes in that pocket despite that, right? And yes, you have the backup option with Jalen Moore. We'll see what happens there since you have a left tackle currently in Josh Simmons. But this was straight cap cut. It was straight cap piece that you had done 20 million saved or back in the cap there. You restructure Mahomes. I'm sure we'll see some more restructures coming in. You cut Dana last week as well, right? So there's a lot of that coming into play from what Brett Veach was saying there. And we're gonna lose some guys that we've had around for the couple of years. So, but that is what happens when you don't make a playoff. And you need to free some cap space back up. So,
to sign your boy Tyreek.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tyreek, baby.
Sign his boy Tyreek.
Get Tyreek, yeah. Tyreek Hill's out there. So you mentioned about Mahomes is reconstructing the contract as well. What have you heard anything about Travis Kelce? What's going on with that? Is he doing the retirement thing? Because it doesn't seem like there's not much news on that one.
There's not a lot of news on it, right? Brett Veach, has come out and say, "Hey, we're gonna let the process play." Hunt, our owner, he says, "Let the process play." I mean, he's more than welcome back. You got to think too, from a Travis Kelce, the reason it's taken so long. If it was last year when the year before, right, when he kind of had a really bad down year, he could have probably easily walked out, after that Super Bowl loss and said, "Hey, I'm good," right? And instead he came back, ended up being at one point late in the season, I don't know where he finished, but he was in the top 3 of tight ends. So he had a really good bounce back. The issue on his side of things from a Mahomes believe it or not.
Mahomes in this game.
Uh,
Right?
yeah. I haven't heard a word from Mixon. I don't know where he's at. MIA.
Oh,
We need
Uh,
at this point.
Yeah,
where's the
is he
milk
even
carton?
alive?
I think he's in the back of it right now.
But no, like you got Travis Kelce out there, like he's on doing his podcast and stuff. You can tell he keeps talking about the Chiefs, right? And they and them is what he's saying. He's saying a lot of that.
Oh, he's not
Like,
saying the
it's
we
not
part.
my
He's saying
team.
yeah, he's saying
You know,
them
it's not
and
my
they.
team. But the door's still
Sure.
open, and I think they're allowed to play the process out through the draft, and we'll see what happens. I personally think he played at such a high level, didn't want to finish his career off with a non-Patrick Mahomes thrown to him, and you come back for this next year, make it your last. Like you're not like, it's not like you're super old. You, like I said, you just finished top 3 in the freaking tight ends, for God's sakes. You know, like come back one more year, see what happens. And I could see that very well happening post draft, and you know, maybe not be the all-star, maybe not top 3 tight end, but easily a top 10 and finish your career out with the guy that you paired up with so well after Alex Smith. So I can
Right.
see him coming back.
So, I could see him probably just doing one more year as like a last dance kind of
Yeah.
kind of a scenario for Travis Kelce, see what he's got left, or at least give it a shot one more time, and then he retires and
Yeah.
marries.
You know what, too, right? This
Clifton.
is like the classic case scenario. This
What's
is
that?
like we've seen players like this where they wait till like halfway through training camp, decide to come back because they don't want to do training camp.
I see what you're saying.
Cool.
Just because it's to get rid of the training camp stuff, and then like I don't know,
Yeah.
you guys, we'll see.
Like Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers
Right.
pulled this trick off a
Mhm.
couple years ago. So, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know.
So
But at the
let's
same time, he's about to marry a billionaire. So, like, me personally, like,
Well, yeah, he has. He's like what? Top 5 podcasts with his brother.
yeah.
He could have all the other stuff that Jason's doing right now. He could be doing out there with him. Like it's not like he needs to play it, but his message too at one point was the hard part about leaving football is you don't come back, right? Don't talk to
Right.
Phillip Rivers, but
Yeah.
you don't come back, right? And that's this thing is like if I'm still playing a high level, it's not like you leave Le'Veon Bell style and then you come back. He's like, if I leave, like it has to be it. Like I have to feel I left whatever I left on the field. Like that's what I had left. So, and that's a huge message to think about too, kind of cryptic. So
It says, "Will the Browns sign Jawan Taylor and move Titus Howard to guard?"
dude,
that was him.
It wouldn't surprise me. To be fair, it wouldn't surprise me.
it's a Browns. That sounds like a Browns move. Let's just
Yeah.
put all our cap
It's
in
not
one
surprising.
spot again, you know,
Like
and go from
where
there.
it's so predictable that I would actually see that, and if I did see that, I'd be like, oh yeah,
Huh.
like it wouldn't surprise me. Huh?
I've been seeing that they might go after AR too. I'm like, they're about to have like
Oh
6
man, how many quarterbacks are you gonna have in the team, dude?
Because you're gonna have Watson, you're gonna have Shador, you're gonna have Dylan Gabriel, and
Dylan.
adding AR. I'm like, it's the most
Jeez.
Cleveland thing ever.
Yeah,
It is, and they're going to draft somebody probably too. So.
yeah, and they're probably.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt it.
Now let me ask you this, Tanner. As far as for you guys, what would you say is the most important? Like, let's move forward to the draft, right? Let's what for you guys would be like number one, straight like the thing that you guys need right off the bat, and why?
I think a lot of what you're going to hear if you look on X and other sites is you're going to hear Jeremiah Love and be in the running back position, right? What we really need that we did not have what on the defensive side that we needed is a freaking edge. We needed somebody out the edge. Like George Karlaftis is dandy and all, high effort, high motor. The guy's not getting sacks. You need somebody who can get some sacks. You need somebody out in the backfield helping Chris Jones. At this point, I don't care if it's a D edge or a D tackle. You need a pass rusher. You need a guy that executes well on the pass rushing side. Like having the guy you can sub in, right? Work around with running game all you want, but Chris Jones, I mean, he was getting triple teamed at times. There's still no pass rush, and so I think that's the biggest thing that looking in the draft here is a defensive side of the ball. And I'm looking at edge or D tackle for that kind of that big pick.
So as I'm looking at you guys have the number 9 spot, right?
Correct.
Number 9 pick. So if possible, I know you said that running back is probably one of the things you're going to hear the most. And do you think Jeremiah Love would be at at number 9? If he's available at 9 and nobody's taking a running back, would you be good with the Chiefs taking Jeremiah Love?
I wouldn't hate it. I'm not going to say I would hate the pick, right? And I'd like to see what happens. Mahomes has been most successful with a receiving style running back, and that's where Love kind of brings that size into it, be able to run a little bit, but also receive. I wouldn't hate it. It's not my. I'd say it'd be maybe my 3rd or 4th pick in the draft right now. So that I would take.
And then as I'm looking at, let's just say if they go with the edge as opposed to the running back. Dude, you're in a position to get David Bailey from Texas Tech.
Yes.
Like I covered Texas Tech last season. I saw him at the combine. That was scary to see that man run a 4. I think it was a 4.5 if I'm not mistaken, at the size that he has.
Yeah, because you reported that on his 40, and this guy, I would love David Bailey.
That's what I'm saying. Love Bailey. And that Texas Tech defense that was stout last season. They were incredible. They had a bunch of dudes there that just wrecked shop.
Yeah,
so
like that D line they had would be
scary.
Yeah, I'd take that David Bailey, pair it with Chris Jones in the middle there. Oh man, you can move Chris Jones anywhere you want at any time if you have Bailey in the middle.
One guy that was being thrown around, and this one I feel a little more personal because I covered him last season. He did speak with Houston. This guy, he's a tight end, Tanner Koziel. Look at that, Tanner and Tanner. Tight end for the Cougars, and man, this guy was phenomenal. His draft stock went up in the combine. A little slower on the 40, but aside from that, this man is a deep. It's basically one of the hybrid wide receiver tight end kind of guys that you're going to see. Like this would be definitely a deep threat if the Chiefs went after this. Not at 9, but like if you guys went after them, like this.
Yeah,
would be
what's the projection right now?
About day 3, 4, 6.
Oh yeah,
around 4, 6.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what's up with Noah Gray. Noah Gray's shown inconsistency. Jared Wiley has been non-existent in this deal. We signed another tight end, young guy, but I don't know too much about him. Like we're looking for a guy. If you're going to get Travis Kelce replaced and he comes back, this is you want to draft somebody in that spot, and I wouldn't mind that. I don't need a fast guy.
Exactly. Tanner Koziel, he comes from that. I think he was in Wisconsin for a little bit too, right before he came to Houston. That's
why the name's that's familiar.
Yeah, but then the Texans also talked to him too. That's the thing, and he was very excited about the Texans conversation that they had as well, because the Texans are going to be without Kate Stover, because at the playoffs game against the Patriots, he tore his ACL trying to catch that backhand pass from CJ Stroud. He came back and just busted his ACL. So they're going to have Dalton Schultz and whoever is there. Now you got Brevin Jordan. That's one guy that was out who has been consistent.
But
he's just the injuries. That's the thing. And then after that, who else you got in the depth chart, Reels? Like,
nobody. That's it.
And so they need somebody as a tight end too. So that's another guy that they were talking about. And I think, with the Texans, with those later rounds, they do if anything, they could do pretty decently with the later rounds. That's what they do. So we'll see. But anything else besides edge or running back for you guys?
I was to say, Brandon, they're not going to surprise us with that. You got Jalen Moore. The reason you signed him last year, like I said. So you're looking at some depth guys after that line. I'd be surprised. There was one guy that the Buffoons and I covered last Wednesday, and that was Caleb Downs, the safety.
Yeah.
But now there's a lot of talk about him having, a degenerative ACL supposedly, and some other talks about like some surgery needed. So I haven't looked too deep into it to see how valid that is or anything like that yet, but I mean, just from what I know of his talent, like outside of that, right? Let's just say that was just smoke in the air. Outside of that, like that's a guy that reminds me a little bit of Eric Berry. Eric Berry style, man, and coming in hard hitter, can play that nickel, kick Jamari Connor out somewhere, and you're losing. You lost one of your starting safeties already. He's not returning with Brian Cook, so you're going to need some help out there. And Caleb Downs is a day one starter. If he comes in and gets him, of course, outside of any of the speculation that I've seen, I just haven't dug into it, but he's a guy I wouldn't mind having at 9 if he comes to it.
Is there anybody else that really, from watching the combine, that really like, oh, I wish that? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty, but is there one guy that really stuck out to you that the Chiefs would be in a good position to get?
I haven't caught up on the combine yet, so I didn't get a chance to actually watch it live all weekend. Unfortunately, family and work took care of business. So I don't know what this is, but I haven't fully caught up yet. So what I'm interested though in, and you chimed in on this here during the Thursday show for the Buffoons during the time, but the linebackers sound like a lot of linebackers seem like they had a good showing.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm interested.
This is the Tranquil group of linebackers, I think, in the history. Everybody usually see like a linebacker running like 4.6 or even whatever. But dude, 4.4, 4.47, 4.5. Like these are some of the fastest,
the closest speed, man.
Basically, almost running backs in a sense. Linebackers that have come out of a class. So this is a good time to get a linebacker.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm interested in viewing first is linebackers, because right now Tranquil could be on the cutting block for salary cap, and then Chenal, we don't know if we're going to resign him yet or not. I haven't heard too much conversations on that, and that stinks because Chenal is like, he's top game, man. I love that. I love that player. He knows how to hit. He knows how to play, and he's very smart about how he approaches the game. So I would hate to lose him, but at the same time, you kind of prep to lose some of these guys that are like that. So, yeah.
100%. Reels, any thoughts?
No, I think we've talked about in other shows. It's there's not a lot of like superstars in this draft outside of Mendoza and Jeremiah Love, but there's a lot of guys that are going to be really, really good, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think it's going to be a very defensive first round. So some of these skill position guys might fall a little bit lower than they normally would in this draft.
No, I agree. I'm intrigued to see where the draft is at this point. And you remember, you still got the pro days as well coming up as well.
Yeah.
And from there you get to see what's up. There's some, Fernando Mendoza didn't do any throws, but he was still stretching out because he wants to save it for the Indiana Pro Day. So that'll be interesting to see. But all right, so Tanner, so let me ask you on this one. Most likely, he's gonna be a Raider. How do you feel coming into that? Now, I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes, so now it's and then Clint Kubiak. At first I was like, the Raiders with Mendoza, whatever, right? But then I respect Clint Kubiak's game. I want to see what he's got, and I think with his system, it's a very QB friendly system. I mean, and so I'm thinking to myself, this is a very good position for a guy like Fernando Mendoza to be in. Now it's just how do they surround that quarterback? Correct. How do you protect the quarterback? Because you know what he can do. He proved it to you. He proved his worth against Miami. He took those hits that on that one play where he just kind of he's got tenacity.
That bruise he ended up having. Oh my gosh.
Dude, I'm telling you. And that's the thing and that's something that I was kind of used to seeing when I was covering his stuff in Indiana with the place that credentials me. And so that was it was not surprising to me when I see that. And then when I saw him a few games, he had 3 games this season where it was a comeback from behind win. And it was great because it was like 2 minutes, it was like 2 minutes, and then he just has spectacular throws. So how do you see this guy now, if he indeed he does go to the Raiders, because I don't see him going anywhere unless somebody gives the Raiders like 8 first-round picks or whatever. How do you feel about this guy coming in, knowing what he is capable of into your division?
I must say I love the fact that if for certain Mendoza goes at 1, that he should, and that he's coming in with also a new head coach that's offensive minded on top of it. which is the right way to do it instead of having a guy just like, like Williams had, right? They kept Eberflus around and then Cannon and then came in. So I like that fact that the Raiders are kind of doing this right in a way. Finally, I don't know what got into it. Maybe Tom Brady is finally getting that organization figured out or something. I don't know,
in the right direction.
But again, it is about who he's around, right? He has a good running game with Genty. You have Brock Bowers right there. So now how do you put those key pieces around him? But also, how do you not waste the execution that he may bring to that offense with the good defensive pieces? We've seen teams, Seattle, for instance, bring in the Sam Darnold. You don't have to be a magician. You just don't turn the ball over and execute when you need to. Get your playmakers the ball.
You can do that.
Guys. It's weird. It's weird.
What? That's a thing?
But the defense.
Someone tells CJ Stroud, hey, don't give the ball away, bro.
He's still figuring it out. He's still playing Madden, all right? But like you have to have key defensive players that complement your offense. Right. If your offense can execute, go down there, have a little, drive down there and waste some time and still score in some fashion, you got to be able to stop the other team. So I like the start. Right now, we got to wait for free agency, wait for the draft, of course, see how they draft. But they're starting to get some pieces underneath there that it's like, okay, maybe you guys have a chance this year. Maybe you have a chance to finish third place, and surpass them. Just and ruin a franchise.
Okay, so now quick thing. I saw this. I don't know, Rios, you saw this to Brandon's point. Now, again, I'm for Team Stroud, of course. I back him up, but I saw this meme that made me laugh, and it was it said it had the full list of guys that's going to be on the new O line. I mean, on the new line. What was it? David Montgomery, Jalen Higgins, Jalen Noel, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and he just named all the offensive pieces. And then the question was, who's ruining this offense? And then the first comment was CJ. I was like, dude.
And it's funny. They know what they were doing because they put a picture of CJ Stroud under the caption. Like they knew what they were doing.
I was like, dude.
He's gonna have to have an all-pro season, win MVP or the Super Bowl something to stop being the poster child of ass. Because God, right. It is March. We're still seeing the Stroud memes. I'm like, God.
You're just gonna hold your breath. Just hold your breath until 8. Well, if Tank Dell officially returns, maybe you get the good Stroud back. So we'll see. His buddy's back.
I think and that's the thing. And that's why I told Rios and them, like, you see all the memes, and all this stuff. But to me, is I really am interested in how, obviously there's a negativity there, right? Not just from the fan base, I think in general, because everybody sees this. It says Sam Munson will give Stroud one MVP vote next year. And it's this guy. So I want to see how he bounces back from that. That's my thing. I want to see how Stroud bounces back he got the haircut, let's see if the confidence is there. But I want to see how he bounces back from this. And that to me is going to tell me, hey, is this the guy? Is this not the guy? I'm still in let's give him a reason. Because let's say you give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that, of course, and this is true. He's had a bad offensive line since he's been there. Okay. Yeah. I think we can all agree with that he's had a bad offensive line. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And of course you've been in how many offensive systems? 2, right? With Bobby Slowick and now with I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. Nick Caley, thank you. Nick Caley. So now in this particular system was also different because it's like a mixture of like the Patriots and a little bit of a Mike Shanahan deal. So it's like a hybrid version.
It's all
kind of weird. And that's why I'm like, I understand why it could happen, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but now you're year 3. You've seen some of these defenses. You should be able to pick up the blitzes. You know what I mean? You should be able to be elusive with your legs a little bit and try to escape some of those things and step up in the pocket. There was a lot of things that I saw this season where there was a lack of stepping up on the pocket, using your legs when you needed to, And it could have been with the injuries that he got with the concussion that he got. It might have, given him cold feet or something. I don't know.
Because he did run a little bit. He did run a lot more than he has in his entire career up until he got that concussion. Since then, you could
Right.
see the hesitation when it came to pulling the trigger and just running and just running.
Right.
He hesitated and he would just sit there and then instead of running or throwing it away, he would just take a second. Like, dude, do something that's going to gain positive yards. Anything but go backwards.
Dang it.
And it's just at that point, it's just game time decisions too. So that's what I'm saying. I want to see how he bounces back, how much film he sees, and be like, oh yeah, let's not do that next time. And that's what I'm intrigued about this year. Of course, I'm excited about David Montgomery. Of course, I'm excited to see what the Texans, how aggressive they are with the offensive line in the draft or in free agency. Like last season, they weren't aggressive at all with the offensive line, and that was to me a red flag.
There's some players for free agencies right now that hasn't been tagged or anything else yet. But I mean, Braden Smith's out there, Jonah Williams, Betono, Taylor, Cushenberry. Like you go down the way, like you can get some decent guys, for that O line.
And I think that they will, just because again they wouldn't be clearing this much cap or releasing a guy like Titus Howard to not do that. You know what I mean? And so that's to me, that's the dead giveaway that I feel like they are going to be aggressive during the off season.
After they cut Jimmy Ward today, they probably cut Mixon in the next few days. That's $9 million. That's another $9 million that
wasn't Jimmy Ward like $750K?
Still, it's close to $1 million.
No, I get that. Like I'm not trying, but it's like I think with Joe Mixon is obviously more where you clear up, right? But
his is $8 million, and I mean with the money from Jimmy Ward, it's almost $9 million.
Yeah.
Top of what you cleared, trading Titus Howard.
Right. So I mean, I get it. I know this. Some people aren't too thrilled with the Titus Howard thing. I'll be honest with you. I kind of gave a little bit of the side of like, oh, why would you give away that guy? But in the long run, I guess the cap on him was going to be. I mean, he just signed what, $63 million? Is that what it was with Cleveland?
I think. Well, he kind of saw it coming because he basically said that the Texans want to get younger and cheaper on the line, and he's not getting any younger. He's one of the highest paid players on the team. But with him, the thing I'm always going to remember about Titus Howard is that game against the Detroit Lions where he
strip sacked
the ball from his own quarterback. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
He strip sacked.
And then the way he tried to explain it, I'm like, dude, just don't even say anything. That would have been the best answer. Don't say a damn thing, because trying to explain that.
It would have been easier. Just like, I messed up, dog. That would have probably been easier.
All you had to say, but no, I tried to like, see what happened. Like, no, shut the fuck up, man.
It's a 3-year, $63 million extension with Cleveland, and then includes a $43 million guaranteed. If effectively pays, so if effectively pays them an average of $21 million per year, making him one of the highest paid versatile linemen in the league. And why Cleveland did it was because the Browns' offensive line has a black hole last year, allowing 51 sacks. So,
well, I mean, he's a serviceable right tackle, not that great at guard. He was serviceable, but man, to be one of the highest paid right tackles, I don't know about that.
So, basically, Houston avoided $28 million cap hit in 2026 because of it.
It is.
Yeah, it is. So that I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand. Like I get it. And then they will take on some dead money, but at least it cleared a path for the Montgomery deal to go through.
That, and then you have basically enough money left over. In addition to cutting Joe Mixon and some other players, you can fix your, one of the tackle positions. You can fix left guard, center. They have a lot of different ways they can go to fix the line, and it's in free agency.
I'm just upset because now I gotta update our intro, and I have to take you off that picture with Juice Scruggs.
Oh,
it's not current, and it just looks weird.
I mean, you guys too got some guys to look at re-signing right after this year too. You've locked in a few other guys, but
signing Ed Ingram is key. He was one of the best right guards in football last year.
Right. Yeah. And like looking here too, like Willie Anderson's due 27, Daniil Hunter after this year, He's a free. I mean, we'll see what you want to do with the 31-year-old at that point.
What do you say? Stroud's gonna walk in, let's see this revamped offense, and then see Jared Wayne standing.
Oh God. 20
You know,
targets.
Al Shahir. You know, he's due after this year. You know, it's a lot of
Shire,
you get your fair share.
Anyone discover how to beat cover 2 yet? Listen,
7.
at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if on one of those picks the Texans go after a linebacker.
Yeah,
because this is a linebacker like heavy draft. So in one of those, they might go for a linebacker because, as you mentioned, Azeez Al-Shire. I still think he gets an extension unless they find a way to replace him because Azeez Al-Shire is that hard of that defense.
Yeah, I think they give him at least a 2, maybe 3
I would say they extend him. I don't think they would
28.
let him go. But I'd say at this point you probably would get a linebacker in this draft just because you have so many and the speed of those linebackers. I mean, this is D'Amico likes the sideline to sign a linebacker, and you have quite a few in this draft. So
really heavy linebacker draft.
Say it again.
It's really heavy linebacker draft.
And then like you're not like Christian Harris, a guy that the Texans were very hopeful about, just kind of disappeared last season. He was the one that had that amazing interception with the Cleveland Browns and the Texans. I think CJ's rookie year. Yeah. And D'Amico told him what to do, and that's exactly what he did. He got that interception on Joe Flacco, and it ended up being phenomenal. And then after that, he just kind of went away.
Yeah, I think like he got injured. Combination of injuries, and I guess he did something to get in the doghouse, and he just never got out of it
never. So I don't see him coming back next season. So they're going to have a missing linebacker spot. Henry To'oTo'o has improved his tackling this season for the Texans. This past season, I'm sorry.
Didn't do it so great against the Buccaneers. How do you let the most unathletic quarterback like Baker Mayfield juke you?
Hey, don't underestimate Mr. Mayfield, all right? Some days he makes magic happen, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's basically it. But I am excited to see what happens with David Montgomery. I think he's going to be a good asset for the Texans. And then now, none of us expect Joe Mixon to come back, so you should probably hear that Joe Mixon is being cut anytime soon. I went through the old combine stats to see if we could have gotten a linebacker as fast as Sonny Styles or Reese, and the faster linebacker was Christian Harris. Dang. We'll see. I mean, I'm telling you, it's
he has all the skills. It's just
he has the skills, but
it's just I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's injuries or it's mental or what it is.
Mm-hmm. Could be a lot of things, man. Scheme, anything, you know.
I'm trying to see if this is Christian Harris. That's the greatest comment ever. I think he was. This is his last season for the contract. I think he's on. I think he's still on the rookie contract, right?
Yeah, because for the third round pick, so they only get 4 years.
Yeah, so he's an unrestricted free agent. Yeah, he's set to become an unrestricted free agent before the new league year begins on March 11th. So coming up.
Yep. More Harris County, we got to
Montgomery County. Yeah. Sorry for the out of towners. Those are counties around the surrounding Houston area. There, Tanner.
Gotcha. I kind of figured.
There you go. Now you got the joke. Now he's part of it.
I got it.
Got it. All right. So, the Texas linebacker room now is basically Azeez Al-Shire, Henry To'oTo'o, and EJ Speed.
EJ Speed, he came on towards the end of the season. He was actually pretty impressive. I think, unless they draft someone high at linebacker, he's probably going to be, it'll be him and Al-Shire, just depending on the package that they run, because they like to change it up. So
yeah. We'll see. And they could also target somebody out in the free agency as well. So we'll see what happens.
And you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the next couple months.
Exactly. So
it's going to be a wild free agent because you got all these quarterbacks that are free agents too, like Tua.
Yeah, news are going to pop, man. It's just going to start dropping
because Kyler's going to be on a new team. Tua's going to be on a new team. AR is going to be on a new team.
But do you really expect much about AR?
No. No, I
I
don't.
thought he was concussed when he did that. So I was there live at that game, by the way. I was there live at that game, but I was covering. I was in the press box, and then I see him do this. I'm like, what is happening? And turns out, I'm tired. Like the way he said it at the press conference was like, I'm tired. I was like,
It was so bad too. Like, like
who is
how?
your PR guy?
How?
Who is your PR guy?
I think honestly, if he wants to extend his career, I don't think quarterback's a position for him. He's gonna have to become like a Taysom Hill role almost, where you play running back, quarterback, and tight end.
But you can't take as many hits either because that's where he gets hurt.
Yeah,
it's where he got hurt his rookie year. It's where he got hurt last year. Was running the dang ball.
Well,
you know,
I mean, Lamar Jackson. Remember when he used to do that? Then he kind of settled, and then he, that's the thing because people kept seeing him as a running back.
It also helps when you give it to Derrick Henry. So know,
that's true.
Yeah, the thing with Lamar Jackson, he doesn't take a lot of big hits. He knows how to slide. He knows how to avoid the big hits and go out of bounds.
So
he tries to bulldoze people and it just doesn't work. He's not.
So I'm gonna read you
he's hurt a lot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read you the top 10 free agents out there. Malik Willis. He said all he had to say was he felt dizzy. I agree. If he would have said he felt dizzy, that would have been a different story. That I was just tired. I'm like, dude, who is your PR guy? Just say you felt dizzy. Brady said he tired. Exactly. Exactly.
You can't quit in the middle of a game, especially
That's why you have media training for
especially when you're almost to the red zone, man. Like you're getting to the end zone here. Like, what are you doing?
Bro forgot to show up for media training that day, and that's what happened. I'm tired. Malik Willis, free agent. It says George Pickens, but George Pickens, I mean, that's the franchise tag.
They have to give up what? You'd have to give them like 2 1s, Dallas 2 1s to the way they tag them.
So I see him back with Dallas. Now this is the one that is out there. Tyler Lindenbaum, 26, from the Ravens as a center.
That's who I want.
I honestly want the Texans to go after him. Like they should.
Please.
Devin Lloyd, linebacker for the Jaguars, tackling machine, who will likely reset the market for linebackers. So that's a linebacker option right there. Yeah. Okay, so another edge that's from the Bengals, Trey Hendrickson, 31, but win now piece for a contender. What do you think? Would you take that guy? Why?
No.
I'm just asking.
I don't want to pay him. He's hasn't been effective the last 2 years, right? Barely played. And he had I think he had a big injury, right? A couple of years ago. Yeah. So, he hasn't been the same, but he wants all this money. I got other cap spots I need to waste money on than that. So I would not take him.
Alec Pierce from the Colts. I think we talked about this. He is a deep threat, 21.8 yards per catch in 25, who has been heavily linked to the Chiefs too, by the way. What do you think of Alec?
I don't hate it.
Huh?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Yeah. Guy that finds a way to get open, has decent hands. So yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, if he's your wide receiver 3 on any team, that's a good wide receiver 3 to have. But if you sign him thinking he's going to be wide receiver 1 or even 2,
no.
Like, I don't.
Like Christian Kirk style, like Jags did. Like, nah, that ain't the place.
Hey, Christian Kirk flourished for the Texans, though. I will say that.
It just took him an entire season.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah. So then you got Breece Hall. Running back for the Jets, top running back on the market. I mean, do you guys think going back to the Jets? Or staying with the Jets?
I don't see him going back to the Jets.
Okay.
He's going to go somewhere. I wouldn't mind him. If we don't get Love, like that's a guy I wouldn't mind plugging in to a Chiefs backfield. So,
okay. So there you go. That's an option. Jalen Phillips, edge from the Eagles, coming off a dominant double-digit sack season. What do you think, Tanner?
I'd take that. That. Yeah. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
Give some attitude too.
This one's on the list, but I don't see him leaving Indy anytime soon. Daniel Jones.
He's staying.
Yeah. Call the FBI.
Seriously.
And then finally, from the Packers, offensive tackle Rasheed Walker, also being linked to the Chiefs, possibly just because of Jawan Taylor as a replacement. Where do you think?
Oh, really? Nah, I don't think so.
You think so?
I think they're pretty set with Jalen Moore.
Tomorrow,
yeah. Watch the sign, and I was like, what the hell just happened? What are we doing?
Yeah, so So that's that's what I'm looking at right now. So those are some things, some names to look out for. That could be switched around obviously into different teams, but that's what I'm looking for. Let me see. Tim, what do you say? Oh, is that what you put?
Trent Brown.
Tim Brown goes to the Chiefs, good or bad? Tim Brown's was with the Texans this season.
He's a
Are you familiar
big dude.
with Tim Brown?
6'8", 380.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. At least Jalen Moore back into first, or being the utility guy again. But I wouldn't hate it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So Tim Brown basically brief stint with the Bengals and obviously with the Texans last season. He had he played 7 games, 479 offensive snap, 1 sack allowed, 5 penalties. PFF gave him a 68.6 overall average grade. As far as and then pass blocking, he had like a 64.2, and the run blocking was 71.3. That's the grade. That's the grade
He's a
they gave him.
solid swing tackle.
Say again?
He's a solid swing
Yeah.
tackle.
So, that's something to look out for, because I don't think the Texans won't get him back, but it's something for you, or maybe you guys will look into. So
Yeah, that sounds like Andy Reid. I mean, 2 of Andy Reid's linemen here with I just had it pulled up here. Grady just got an extension with the Washington and he's starting center, and then Andrew Wiley was also a swing guy for us, and he's on the Washington as their starting right tackle, so or right guard or right tackle, whatever it was. So a couple swing guys that come into KC usually get a good starting gig and some pay afterwards. So
yeah, there you go.
I'll take it.
Tanner, that's gonna be it for us. What is it? Can you give me your is there a link that you want to share that I can put up on the thing so people can follow you up on that? I see the one that you have there, but is there anything else, another link you want to share?
Oh, I just had you can check it out at you can check Basement Brewed Sports on YouTube.
Basement
Mikey right now, Basement Brewed Sports,
Okay.
and then the Rec Room Sports Hub. And you can check that now. Mikey, like I said, rebrand of Basement Brewed Fans Football. Mikey's
Okay.
dropping bets right now. Yep. Basement Brewed Sports. Yep.
Is that X or
Yep.
IG?
That is on YouTube. At YouTube.
Okay. Basement Brewed Sports, and then what's the other one?
The Rec Room Sports Hub.
Okay, the Rec Room. Okay, Sports Hub.
The Rec Room Sports Hub. Yep, and that's also YouTube. Check out.
Okay, Sports Hub. Damn, it's a long name.
Yep.
I'm kidding. All right, just like that, and there you go.
There you go. Yeah,
right.
check it out. Like I said, Mikey with the rebrand here has been focusing a lot on more sports betting aspects of it, and he's still gonna have all his fantasy football stuff that comes with it. We got fantasy baseball guides coming in as well that just dropped a week ago. So that's kind of gearing up. But I mean, he's been hitting it. I think he's like 26 and 11. I think it was this morning for VIP bets there that you can catch him on Winnable. So it's been going really well there. And then the records, we got a lot of stuff cooking. Potential of a radio gig down in Jacksonville coming the end of the month here. So
nice.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna have some fun there, and it's a lot of good stuff happening here. So we're pumping.
There you go. All right, and to end the segment, to end the show, I'm gonna answer Brandon's question there, because I was at the combine last weekend. And so some of the standouts that I saw. So one of my favorites, and this is a guy that I covered this past season with Texas A&M, Casey Concepcion. Like, that guy is, I feel is, wide receiver. He did a lot for Texas A&M. Came over from NC State this past. So we were covering when he was in NC State, and then when he went over to Texas A&M, it was just a lot easier to cover him because it's just down. For us, it's just not too far off. I mean, still far, but not. It's local, at least local-ish.
2.5 hours.
I felt like Casey Concepcion was great. I know he got, which was ridiculous, a lot of negativity because he stutters. And I'm glad that he released the statement that he did, make sure that people just stop being the way you are. Like, people stutter. It happens. It's a thing. And so I really enjoyed watching him, his performance on the combine. He has the potential to be he has number 1 draft pick somewhere along the lines. He has that potential. I think the Bills might take him, which is would be great. And one of his quotes that he said at the combine was he was just happy that if he would be ecstatic if the Bills took him, just because his dad's from the Buffalo, and then he used to live there until he moved over to the Carolinas when he was 5. So I mean, it would be like a homecoming for him, in a certain way. So I really liked him as far as the wide receiver is concerned. Brendan Thompson was a good one for Mississippi State wide receiver. I mean, he's 5'9", and what was it? Didn't he clock in like a 4.26?
Something like that.
Time, yeah, that's 5th fastest combine in history, and he's a good Z receiver, deep threat. Lorenzo Styles, safety from Ohio State. He basically a converted wide receiver, 4.27. His transition to safety is complete. He likely just locked himself into a late 1st round pick. So
no, another one is the tight end from Oregon.
Kenyon
Sadiq.
Sadiq. Yeah. Say it again.
His combine numbers were off the charts.
4.39.
Yeah, he is definitely. He went from being a late 1st round to he's easily going to be a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody's gonna take him. Top 15.
Yeah. I thought those. Those were good too.
4.3. Yeah, it's
and to agree with the tight end Tanner Kozio, like back to him, like he upped his draft stock as well, just because of the maybe the 40 wasn't his best, good but not so great for the tight end, but as fast as that Vernon Davis 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, basically
for the comparisons,
yeah, but that his 36.5 inch vertical and a 10'2" broad jump. I mean, that's a burst right there. I think he has potential there as well. So vertical jump. Taylor Green was another one. He's a quarterback. Oh, he's a quarterback that there was another quarterback that came in, right? Wasn't it Taylor Green, who just kind of shocked everybody, had like a really good RAS score, like was it very close to 10?
It was elite. Yeah, it was 9.9.
It was like elite. Yeah, it was like 9.99. Taylor Green. So that's another one that you might be looking into.
God dang.
Went from being unknown to maybe a day 2 guy.
Yeah.
I don't see.
It sounds like a day 1 guy for the Cleveland Browns.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Hey, there's your Cleveland Brown pick right there.
Because what they need, another quarterback.
Yeah. I mean. But but going back to what you said, Rios, I think the one that got that really had the most upside on the draft stock going up was basically Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon. That's the one that everybody kind of looked at it with that speed, 4.39 as a tight end, and so it's rare. But,
like everything, because he was projected, late 1st round, early 2nd round. He's shot way up.
He shocked that right.
He made us a couple more $1 million.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, so those are just names that stood out. Obviously, I'm going to be Jacob Rodriguez was another one who had a really good one too that I covered from Texas Tech. I mean, 4.57. I think that was his speed as a linebacker. He hit the drills really, really well. Very smart, high IQ, very big potential to be a Mike linebacker somewhere. He was talking about how I think he was talking to the Bears and the Broncos, and he would love any of those 2 systems, Bears or Broncos. So they reached out to. I think they were in talks. So that's a good one too to see. This man had so many tackles, so many fumbles for a loss last season. It was great. The only downside to him is that he's 251 and so pounds. He's 251 pounds. So a lot of scouts have seen him as like a guy that they can push him over very easily. That's the only downside to him. So. But aside from that, the technique, the skill is all there, and the speed too. So that's something to look at.
Good to know. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for us this week. Tanner, I appreciate the fact that you just came and kind of hung out with us and just kind of gave us your Chiefs perspective there. So last week, 2 weeks ago, we had what?
I said, thanks for letting me on.
Oh, no worries, man. Anytime. But we'll have you back in closer to the draft time, or maybe after the draft, and see how you guys did, because just want to get as many other podcasts as we can before the draft, and then we're gonna hit up some of the ones after the draft and see what they did. So
sounds good.
Man. But appreciate you coming in, man, and good luck with everything, brother. What do you say? My sneaky riser, Blake Miller, 734-inch arms. Yeah,
33
reps.
man. Yeah.
Damn.
Also, don't sleep on Torian York, also from Texas A&M. Really good linebacker as well. Killed it out there as well. So another one to look at after. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for us this week. We should be. We might be back next week. I don't know, because it's spring break for us. So that's why I was like, we don't know if. And if not, Reels will do a whole solo show by himself, right, Reels?
Yeah, I don't have spring break. Doesn't exist in my world.
I call Reels.
What's that?
No, Reels, I said do a solo show by yourself. That doesn't mean it's not what I meant, Reels. All right, man. Well, we'll see y'all next week. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Brandon, thank you for joining in, brother. Always a good time with you on.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Tanner, take care, brother. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Right.
See you guys.
Peace. Don't go yet. Peace.
Southwest A-League, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans. If you ain't never been down here, but rule number one, you gon' respect us. Just fans in my speakers, new one drop, they bout to bless us. I might right through the SWAT, playing just fans right through your spot. Look, and I don't know what you thought, but right here, dog, we gon' rep